Hey, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rakah Kodash, double to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone. Salutation to your Akim, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Yassad back at you with another lesson. We're limited fine, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. And I just say is you know, basically in the news. This is in the news, and it's to show you how the people mindset is to the level of wickedness they're capable of doing. Right? Here it is. This happened in a police station. This is news by Ian Allen Broadcasting System. Cop charged. So a police being charged with murder of an ex-woman police. At municipal police station, beaten, strangled, officer found inside station, over 100 guns missing, 400 rounds accounted for. A municipal police constable has been charged with the brutal killing of acting corporal, a crime that unfolded inside the San Fernando Municipal Police Station and exposed what investigators now describe as a massive internal security breach. The 28-year-old officer from Claxon Bay was formally charged. Look at the age. On Tuesday night, after consultations between Homicide Region, two investigators and Director of Public Prosecutions, Roger Gaspard. He is also facing charges of robbery with violence, along with multiple firearms and ammunition offenses tied to the same incident. It says she was discovered deleted shortly after 4:40 a.m. on Sunday at the King's Wharf Lady Hales Avenue station. Officers returned to the charge room reportedly noted blood leading from her living quarters. A search led them to a body lying motionless on a mattress, while early reports suggested that she had been shot. An autopsy has since revealed a far more violent killing. The commissioner confirmed that she died from strangulation compounded by blunt force and sharp force injuries. So think about it. Imagine one of your colleagues that you see almost daily in and out of work. You're working together and whatnot, and this is what he decided to do, having no remorse to even take his own colleague life, just because of the love of vanity. Those means, isn't this not wickedness to the highest level? It's like the people, the minds have gone clear. They don't have no consideration anything, and it's obvious that you would never be able to get away with this wickedness, with a crime. And it says the commissioner described the incident as deeply disturbing, noting the gravity of a killing carried out within the confines of a police station. The investigation quickly widened after officers discovered that a significant cache of firearms and ammunition have been removed from the station's strong room. Authorities now believe more than 100 firearms and approximately 4,000 rounds of ammunition were taken. So far, 43 were discovered, 1,000 rounds of ammunition. Let's say 10 suspects aged 16 and 33 remain in custody as police continue to pursue leads in what is shaping up to be one of the most serious internal breach in recent policing history. And this is to show you that look at what men are capable of doing now. So just imagine when things, hardship hits. What would be the alternative at the mind of the people if things ain't that and shit hit the fan to a level yet? And this is the kind of wicked, heinous crimes being carried out. What would happen to you, woman, in that time? What would be the situation in that time? So that's why you all ought to have faith, and turn back to your Bashim and share that you may be offended because I did it. You know, it's very serious. Yeah, so hey, let's get into some scriptures. And I just thinking about that situation, it's to show you how wicked, the people are. For you to go to your own workplace to commit such a crime, kill one of your own colleague, commit theft. Say, well, I don't know what if it's, right? That guy is very wicked. The scripture talk about being over much wicked, you would die before your time. Well, I mean, he didn't die one time or thing, but he got caught and judgment looking to issue. He being placed in jail. It would rather be for life for such an act. And we know there's a lot of corruption, a lot of craziness that happen in these stations, but it's like the Lord revealing all these wickedness. He made it happen in an event that it's like there's no cover up for that. A lot of voice notes going out there where men from in the same station and whatnot speaking on the matter. Well, I ain't gonna play any, but they're speaking on the matter. So let's get a couple precepts. This is the book of Matthew 24:12. And because iniquity shall abound. First, it's a normal thing that, iniquity, transgressions, wickedness being abound, being plentiful, it come as a norm. The love of many shall wax cold. Yeah, because hey, there is a real cold-hearted move to make that type of move. Yeah, that's real cold-hearted to do something as wicked as that. But we know it goes back into the ties again rich, a vanity, because we know the cost of these guns would surely be very expensive and whatnot, and ammunition and whatnot. So it's like he saw opportunity to get rich, basically. He saw like an opportunity to get rich. But hey, let's the book of Ecclesiastes 5:10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver. Yeah, so though you might have a government work and that being able to bring and satisfy your needs, to mind your family, yourselves and whatnot. But what? He have a different taste. He loved our riches, he loved, vanity. Nor he that loveth abundance with increase, this is also vanity. So you reach to the point that nothing can satisfy you, that you looking to hit the jackpot. and that jackpot you try to hit, hey, you got yourself in a deep hole that you can't even climb out of. So this is the show how wicked the people are. Yeah. Yeah, but it's to show you. So it's a he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. So you're not gonna be satisfied, you know? And you thinking about doing something so heinous. I was listening to a little a little video concerning it. They was mentioning it, and it's like I lost the video. Let me see if I could pull it back up. Alright, I wasn't able to recover that video. But so let's see here, Proverbs 28 and 22. It says, he that hasteth to be rich hath an evil eye, and consider it not that poverty shall come upon him. Yeah, so that scenery that took place in his mind, he just thought about the riches. If I able to acquire these guns and ammunition, I'll be able to sell them and make a good quota. But hey, he that tasted to be rich hath an what evil eye. So you go about by evil means, and look at the consequences. You can't get to spend that money, you're behind bars. You're behind bars now. Proverbs 15:27. He that is greedy of gain troubleth his own house, but he that hateth gifts shall live. Yeah, he greedy of gain, his own house. Imagine how your family is feeling to know you commit such a wicked act. Imagine the type of shame that being brought upon your name. You already have a government who paying you a salary, and you have so much different benefits and able to get loan and all these things. And this is the wickedness you would do. That's shame. The First Timothy 6 talk about the love of money. According to the scripture, that and I'll get in Ecclesiastes. First Timothy 6 and 9, but they that right, verse 10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, while some covet after they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. Well, we know this guy now in the faith, but the key point, the love of money being the root of all evil, he piercing himself through with many sorrows after the act he put on, to gain, basically his money. Right? Yeah. Oh, and now for this last precept in Sirach 31 and 5. Right. He that loveth gold shall not be justified, and he that followeth corruption shall have enough thereof. Yeah, because that was great corruption, and it was caught. So you get enough. The scripture talks about thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not commit murder, and these are the things that you had done all in one. And the worst thing is you did it unto your own colleagues and at your workplace. So you you take the crown. That being one of the most evilest Jake there is. I mean, yeah, we're gonna see more of this, more evil acts and heinous acts, But I hope this lesson was edifying. All praises to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushai, Hashem Makar Kudash. God bless the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone. Salute to you, Akim. Until the next Shalom. This is in the news.